would be handy. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another round of IIRL Season 10. This week is round 12. We're back. We're not back, but we are in the land of the España. We are in Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix.
In Catalonia.
And I am joined by Mr. Willow.
Hello. Hola.
Yeah.
Bienvenidos al Gran Premio de España.
Buenos tardes. That's about as from someone who did Spanish GCSE. That's about as far as my
I
Spanish
also
goes
did Spanish GCSE.
now. I've forgotten a lot of my Spanish now, but we have got 13 lovely races for you tonight. In the Williams, we've got Chipmunks, we've got Snipes and that guy in the Ferrari, we've got KMK back in Mercedes, Padge in the Red Bull, JohnJohn in the Sauber, Alessio in his Alpine, Ethan in the V-Carb this week, deflated we in the Haas. Will making his debut in realistic hit in the Alpine after a very strong performance on Sunday in Australia in assist here. Jack in the Mercedes, Caden, our race winner from last week, in the Haas, and Codcamper joining the lobby just in time is in the Sauber. Of course, one of our 3 championship contenders. In realistic here, Jack is your first car out on track.
Good introduction there.
Yeah, it's
as
very,
per usual.
Yeah, it's always got to be the quick stuff. Good evening, Jack. I hope you're having a very good time on track. Good evening, Ethan. Saying it's Mr. Weatherman. Saying it's drier than the Sahara Desert. And good evening to Morgs. Very good evening to you. Of course, watched our race on Sunday and wanted to join the league, so very, very happy you could be here. Tonight we have got a short qualifying session followed by the 50% race. Of course, points do go down to the top 15 if there were 15 drivers, so every single driver that finishes will score a point tonight. We'll see how this goes. We will see how that goes later on in the race.
I mean, we saw a couple DNFs on Tuesday, so
yeah, there was
a bit of a mixed bag.
There was a crash between Snipes and Powin, so Snipes is looking for a comeback in the Ferrari. Jack getting us started on a run, Mr. Willow.
Yeah, braking around about the grey strip that you'll see in between the 50 and the 100 board, nice and early on the power, taking as much grip as you can without spinning out, using a decent chunk of his battery in the first sector. Granted, you can get away with it mostly. 21.6 in the first sector, that's pretty competitive. Nicely through to the Haas, stopped on the exit there, which I'm sure isn't going to be distracted at all. But no, very nicely through turn 5, try and keep it tight through turn 6, this is not a corner. Turn 7 and turn 8, nicely through there, picking up some good traction, flat all the way through turn 9, and down the straight into turn 10. DRS zone, using as much battery as you can manage, 51.4 overall split. Decent traction out of turn 10 into turn 11 now. Need to be nice and aggressive, keep it nice and tight. Jack's done that pretty well, I'd say. And then not really using as much battery as you probably can do. Nice and flat through the final corner though, and up to the line it will be a 1 minute 13.4.
Here's a very, very good start from Jack there. A lot of people starting runners now, but our next driver to cross the line is going to be JohnJohn. Of course, is leading the realistic tier drivers standings as it currently stands. And comes to the line now and sets a 113 flat. JohnJohn, of course, that guy as well, doing I think some quality race ones. Ethan going fastest with a 12.4. He's been much more happier from the practice lobby in the V-Carb as he has been in the Sauber in the Haas. As I guess
that just goes to show the aero platform of the Sauber compared to the V-Carb. That Sauber's aero balance is crazily bad.
Yeah, exactly. Ethan, of course, having to retire on Tuesday after a wheel problem. So hopefully, as Chipmunk goes P2, he's 4/10 off Ethan. Ethan looking very, very comfortable out there at the moment. Next to the line is one of...
Oh, you go.
Yeah, next up to the line is one of our other drivers. Oh, Jack is retired somewhere. I think I was in the pit lane, but Jack is retired, and Alessio goes P2. Very, very close times with Easton, so Alessio looking comfortable up there. And as you were saying, Mr. Willow,
But Jack hit the wall.
Jack hit the wall.
Yeah, so he's just heading chat.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, he hit the.
A little one
there's a.
sticking out. Oh, going
there's
into the pit lane.
Going into the pit lane. Ah, I get you.
Ooh.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of the other people who'll be looking to make a bit of a comeback will be Padge, who also crashed on Tuesday, so we'll be looking to make amends for that.
Yes, Morgan in the chat is saying Padge wins the race. You heard it here first. So Morgan is definitely supporting Padge out there. Padge putting some great runs in through the practice. We will see what he does when he starts his run. But right now we're on board with Snipes. It's been very, very good run in both. To be fair, in all three tiers. Starting out in realistic tier, kind of moved his way over to assist tier and does races in assist tier as well. And has started doing the last couple of races in NA. He's done a 50.9 in Sector 2.
Pretty good overall middle split. It's only a couple tenths faster than Cod Camper, who's going to P6. And even then, that would only put him around about P4, which is where his teammate is at the moment.
Realistic tier debutant Will going P7 in the Alpine. He didn't get any practice from what I know. Snipes goes P4, putting some very,
Speaking
very
of being
good
near
times
his
in there.
teammate.
Yeah, he's very, very
3
close.
3 milliseconds between them.
Yeah, they are very, very equal. Of course, it must be stated, as with every other race this season, there is no Constructors' Championship in realistic tier. It is every driver for themselves. They just have a makeshift teammate for the night.
Deflated Wee next to the line. He's come through the final couple of corners now. Did 50.8 overall, so it's about a tenth faster than what Snipes managed. Doesn't take the safety lift through the final corner to get it turned in and goes up into P2 7 milliseconds. And in between the two who were already separated by 300ths.
That is
mental.
Great. That is amazing. This is not going to fail us tonight in how entertaining this is going to be. KMK is up next. So KMK is invalidated on the exit of... Is that turn 12? 11?
10, 11, I believe.
Yeah, is on the outside, so he must have touched a bit of the gravel. Padge is up next. He's very, very good round Spain in history. Goes P12. He's got a bit of a way to go, but Padge can do it. I believe in Padge. Padge is the man to get himself higher than P12. But however, the man doesn't like to qualify. What's the current top three? You have Ethan on provisional pole with a, what is that, 7,000th gap to Deflated Wee, and then a 23,000th gap to Alessio in P3. And then Caden is a 10th off that, and then Snipes is a 10th off that. Very closely followed by that guy. It is all to play for. Who's going to get pole? Oh, sorry, I misheard you. Sorry, Morgan. Top three in the Drivers' Championship is JohnJohn, Cod, and Alessio, as I will load up the standings. I really should have done that beforehand. Anyhow, JohnJohn...
very unprepared.
Yeah. I prefer it that way. JohnJohn is leading the way in the Drivers' Championship on 190 points after 11 rounds. Cod Camper is P2 on 187 points, so only 3 points back. Bear in mind, Cod Camper also almost missed this race. And Alessio is 10 points behind Cod on 177. With 3 rounds left to go, including this one, it is still all to play for between those three.
It's so close, because was it 13 points between Alessio and JohnJohn? And that's the biggest gap between the three of them?
Yes, that is...
Genuinely, Alessio has quite a lot of momentum at the moment, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see Alessio taking, or at least getting a lot closer. But if there was anybody that I'd put my money on at the moment, based off stats it would be JohnJohn, but based off the momentum I'd actually say Alessio.
Exactly, and as coming into his second run of qualifying, Alessio will see where he puts himself. He put himself on provisional pole, improving by 2 tenths. It's
Speaking
lovely
of the
to see.
momentum,
And speaking of that momentum, his one of his championship rivals, JohnJohn, is going to be one of the next to cross the line. KMK is going to be first though. Let's see where KMK can put himself almost
it
invalidated
was
on the line.
close.
There's P7 and JohnJohn P5. So JohnJohn struggling a little bit. Of course, that Sauber is not the best. Will be very solid
John
about
John seems to
that.
have been really struggling in qualifying this season. It's not even just
Yeah.
been in realistic tier either, it's been no assist. He's only had one pole this season. In the entirety of NA this season.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle for JohnJohn in qualifying as COD goes 8th. Of course, COD not getting any practice in though, so he'll be looking for a better race pace than anything else. Caden is at next, doesn't
Closes it up
improve.
even further. Between P2 and P4. If Alessio didn't
Exactly.
improve, there would have been 0.031 covering 4 drivers.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Morgan, Alessio looking very... To be fair, Alessio is one of those drivers that is just very solid. Like, he can put it out of the bag. He was... The big standout race for him this season was Austria Reverse. He started on the very back of the grid as Chipmunk goes P5 in that very big gaggle. Yeah, what was I saying? Alessio started on the back of the grid and won the race.
Yeah.
So that man is capable of many great things. Snipes is
100%.
going to be up next. And good evening, Money Game. What have you missed? You have missed 7 minutes of quali. Very, very close times like
Oh
usual.
my god.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Snipes drawing with deflected wheat on time. Of course, deflected wheat setting his lap first, meaning that he is ahead.
What the?
Yeah, Ethan taking an interesting line, and he goes fastest. Ethan looking for a what will be a very, very good pole position for him. Yeah, Money Game, how is your ankle coming along? Is it doing better? Deflected wheat almost hitting the wall that took out Jack. Leaves Snipes to be on a run, so we'll sit on board with him as he
No,
goes
he's
down the
just finished.
second.
He's
He's
just
using.
pushing to get back in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hope your ankle does improve as well before Sunday Monday game. It would be great to have you on track for this circuit. As yeah, Snipes does pull into the pit lane. That guy is also not on a push run, so every single driver has done 2 runs, and your top 3 at the moment are Ethan, Alessio, and Deflated Wee. Ethan and Alessio separated by 2 hundredths of a second.
There you go.
I never remember.
I know, but you
Yeah.
start getting them right more often.
Yeah, Morgan, it's very, very close. And oh yeah, Money Game loves this track. Yeah, it's a lovely track to drive, in my opinion.
That's quite frustrating, considering
we
no assist.
yeah, we've seen some struggles in overtaking on this track, but I feel like if you have the pace, then you can easily do it. And
Oh,
Snipes coming into the chat saying, how are the lap times so similar? How is it the exact same between him and Deflated Wee? Absolutely mind-boggling stuff.
100%. That guy will be next to the line.
He's improving by 3.5 tenths at the moment.
I would put him in the shout for pole. Keep in mind, this man got his first pole last season, despite racing since season 1 at Spa in that crazy qualifying session. In no assist.
He's run out of battery
Really good
just
final
before the
sector.
line. P3.
He's definitely in the
Okay.
shout, that's for sure.
Yeah, the
Just
only
needs
other
to make
car.
it back to the pits in time.
Yeah, exactly. The only other car on track at the moment is KMK. He had a very, very good debut in, I want to say Vegas. It was his debut. He was in the Mercedes then, and I believe got on the podium. Morgan
No,
saying
he's
that
only
guy
had
is.
one podium, and that came at Jeddah.
Was it? It was Jeddah. I couldn't remember which one.
In that
And more,
absolute bonkers race. My
yeah,
God.
there is a lot of bonkers races here. Morgan saying that guy is the Hulkenberg of this series.
See, with no offense to Nico Hulkenberg, that guy actually has podiums. I think that guy has nearly 20 podiums off the top of my head, and 2 wins. Someone,
that
please correct me if I'm wrong, but
I
that's
wouldn't
just
know if
off
you're
the top of my head.
we'll trust your word for it.
I am the statman.
You are. As KMK has aborted his lap, so he will be back in. Wish I wasn't a yellow flag so I can see how long is left in the session. People are starting to come out on laps now, so the time's becoming flicking fast for the final runs of the session. Of course, it is a short qualifying session, so this is going to be their last runs.
That guy's going to be pushing to make it out the pit lane in time. I think the latest you can go out is about 1 minute 50, but that's when you even click A, so we'll see. Padge is the first person to start his final run in the Red Bull. Nicely through turn 1, 2. Nice through turn 3, fully flat. Open up the turn 4 as much as you can using the entry curve. Nicely back up out early. Doesn't quite use all of the track on exit, but nicely into turn 5. Just again, not certain he's quite utilising all of the strengths of the Red Bull here. But we'll see where this lands him. Got a lot of battery left over for this final sector. Nice through turn 9. The sector split comes up now, 3.5 tenths up. Put him ahead of Jack, but not quite with Will yet. We'll see where this final sector can put him. Lots of battery, as mentioned, left over. Now just the first person to cross the line.
P12 for Padge.
12.
Next up to the line to finish a run is going. Oh, it's going to start runs now. My apologies. We've got 35 seconds left of the session. I didn't realise that.
Ethan's on a run. He's going to be the first person to finish a lap.
Yeah,
He's down come the middle sector.
There's not going to be an improvement for what?
It is a slight improvement by
it's
that
a slight
tenth.
As
Hayden next to the line. He's very close from the overall split. We'll see if he can match
our race winner from last week is P2 for Caden. Okay.
Williams next to the line.
Chipmunk is not improving. I think he might have thought he was going to make it to
missed the line as well.
That's going to be it. Next up is going to be one of our Celestio. Oh, it's pole for Alessio, provisional. Next up is JohnJohn P7. And there's a spin in the background. Deflated. We spun the final corner. That is big for qualifying.
Then it will
P4.
be Snipes to finish, I believe, because Padge is done. What can Snipes do?
He hasn't got much battery left, but it's P4 going ahead of his teammate, his provisional teammate for the night.
Finally, KMK and Will to cross the line. KMK's the line first in the Mercedes. The 12.6 moves himself ahead of Cod Camper. That's not what he needed. Will goes up into P3, replacing Caden.
Wow. Okay. And that is going to be it for our qualifying session. Wow.
Alessio right where he wanted to be, on pole with both of his title rivals in P8 and P11.
Yeah, if it finishes like this, it's going to be a very, very big points gain for the man that sits in the Alpine currently. So that is the end of your qualifying session here at the Spanish Grand Prix in realistic tier for round 12. Your grid for the race is Alessio P1, Ethan P2, Will P3, Caden P4, Snipes P5, that guy P6, Defected P7, JohnJohn P8, Chipmunk P9, KMK P10, 11th is Cod Camper, Padge is P12, and Jack is P13 after hitting the pit wall. That was a lovely, lovely qualifying there, as Ethan is asking us to compare times. That, yeah, just close as anything. But now we enter the 5-minute break portion of the stream tonight, in which our drivers can do whatever they want. They need to get their strategy sorted, their fuel sorted. They might need to talk with their strategy. That's the same thing. Talk with their weather analyst. Of course, Mr. Weatherman Ethan has said there is no weather. But talking of strategies, what kind of strategies can we be expecting?
So on Tuesday we saw a lot of medium hard. I can't think of an instance where somebody used the hard medium, so I think that will be typically the better strategy that we'll see. Can't imagine the hard medium will be faster. I think Deflated tried it on the Monday practice race, and I think only if you have the ultimate pace to pull it off will you be able to actually make it work, especially considering the mediums drop off. It'll be around about lap 9 for a crossover on pace. That's mainly because you're taking care of the mediums all the time in that stint. And if you want the hard medium to work, you'll need to take the hards a lot longer. So ideally a medium hard, but I think we might see some outliers. Probably Snipes going off of previous experience.
Yes, Snipes does like a
He does like to throw a bit of a curveball. But yeah, I think that it'll be mainly medium hard.
Yeah, also going off other battles that we have in the championship as well. You've got a lovely battle for P4 forming as well. So you've got the top 3 in their little gaggle. But you've got Money Game in 4th, who is missing tonight after a unfortunate injury to his ankle. We've got Snipes in P5, who, as long as he scores a point, which as long as he finishes he will do, will overtake Money Game. And Deflated Wee is also 9 points back, looking to gain on Snipes. So based off of the qualifying.
You guys know me so well as the Snipes in the chat.
Yeah, he knows. We know.
And, yes, we do.
And Morgan is saying that he didn't know Loris and Piastri race in this league. Yes, fun fact. This is the real world. We just borrow the cars from the Formula 1 drivers, and they've accidentally left the name boards of Lando and Oscar because nobody of our drivers are borrowing their cars for tonight. So
I'm just borrowing the facility after they use it.
yeah, we're just borrowing the entire track. This is a real life F1 weekend. So we're just borrowing their cars, and because nobody's racing in them, we decided to leave the 4 and 81 there. Good evening, Captain Aiden. Aye. How you doing, mate? Happy to see you in the stream.
We're the support series that nobody cares about.
Yeah. Aiden,
It's like the
you should be
support
on
series
track.
for F1 Academy.
Yeah. We are a support series. We race at 5 a.m. in the morning on a lunchtime track F1 start race. Luckily, the real life Spanish Grand Prix is like 4 months away. So yeah, we race on a support race we race on a support race 4 years in advance, 4 months in advance. As Captain Nathan saying he's stuck driving the 2022 McLaren, I'm afraid, as the countdown has started, because I can hear the beeps in my ear.
I was going to say,
we are
which
about
Spanish
to get
Grand
underway.
Prix?
Well, the one that's not going to be cancelled. We get underway for the formation lap here. What tyres? Yeah, he has done it. He has done it. He is our only one. No. There's only one driver trying it, and it is the man that we said would try it.
Man that we all expect.
It is Snipes, who is going to be starting on the hard compounded tyres, so he will be doing the alternate strategy. This race, as Willow stated, is a one-stop, so he will just be going a couple of laps longer.
If he can hold position with the hard tyres, he'll actually be quite well placed in the first stint. But he'll need to go like 4 or 5 laps longer than everyone else around him, which can open him up to a severe undercut if he doesn't want to save. Which does also mean he'll have to save in this first stint anyway.
Yeah, he'll have to. I think there's a Ferrari gone off in the background. That is that guy. That guy is.
I was going to say, I
off
thought
into
that was
the gravel
for a second there. I was a bit concerned.
That would have been very interesting if it was Snipes, but that guy, unfortunately, going off it. I don't remember corner numbers as. Jack has also taken the alternate layout. I respect it.
This track, funny enough, does have some corner names. It's just that nobody knows them.
Yeah, I don't.
I think one of them is Dunlop, La Caixa.
I thought Dunlop was at Suzuka.
Yeah, there's another one.
Oh, there's 2.
Oh,
that makes life very difficult.
I know, right?
Morgan saying Alessio's got the perfect gap between him and the other top racers. Yeah, he's got 7 places between him and JohnJohn, but he is looking for a massive point gain here tonight, as they are lining up on the grid. Willow, take us away.
You want me to take them away?
Yep.
Oh, we'll see how it goes. 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights. We're underway for realistics here in IIRL. It's a decent start from both of the front row. They're pretty equal off the line. Going to be side by side into turn 1. That's Caden just about holding off Will in the background. Ethan on the inside, Alessio on the outside. And that'll change into turn 2, but Ethan pulls through to the inside. Alessio now open to attack from Caden, who's sliding through turn 3. Alessio's still coming back at Ethan, and they could go side by side into turn 4. There's a bit of chaos in the background that I couldn't quite see because of the camera angle.
Ghost car.
Alessio looking to and Will's disconnected. And
right.
neither of, do you have him at it? You hope so.
I hope so, but I do not.
But
great.
That is Ethan, who is now scarpering away in the lead.
Yeah, Ethan has got a good advantage.
Looks to have some pretty good pace, especially based off yesterday. He just needs to not do it. Not yesterday, based off of Tuesday. He just needs to not do what he did on Tuesday and hopefully break the pack up for his sake. Alessio will want to stay here because this will be his best position that he could have really hoped for, to be honest. If the lead wasn't an option. So that is Ethan, who has led your first lap in Spain this week.
And
now back to you.
He's joined. Nice. Will has joined back, luckily. I really hope that it all goes well for him. Back up with Ethan and Alessio at the front. Ethan getting the jump on Alessio at the start, because Alessio was on pole, if I remember correctly. That's like 5 minutes ago. I really haven't got the brain.
You're really out of it right now.
Oh no, that's like I always say, it's more fun that way. Speaking of keeping up with the pack, Snipes is very much keeping up with the top 3, but he, as DRS was activated, as long as he is within 1 second of the car ahead, as I say that, his teammate for the evening goes very much over the curb.
JohnJohn getting past deflated now, going into turn 10. I was about to say, talking of being out of it, Caden was almost out of DRS.
Yeah, JohnJohn looking to make up places. He's still got a very comfortable gap to that guy, so he will still be within DRS. We'll see if Alessio can get anywhere close to Ethan. DRS is very powerful, I found around here. and Captain complaining, saying the 5 red lights went out and he got shoved with an advert in his face.
Oh, good. That's some great
That's-
timing. Thank you, Twitch.
Yeah, that is called please subscribe.
Oh yes, subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Subscribe with Twitch Prime.
We don't have a bell, but subscribe with Twitch Prime.
Yeah, we don't have a bell, but we will notice your subscription and try and shout you out for it. Also, speaking of things we don't have a red button. But if you would like to request an onboard from any one of the 13 drivers we have tonight, you can do so by using your channel points. They cost 500, and we will give you an onboard in the hopes that they go for a move.
Yeah, I think we found out the hard way on Tuesday that overtaking isn't exactly the easiest thing to do here, so see what people are able to do. I think Snipes will be looking at people in a couple of laps' time, especially with his hard tyre offset compared to the medium runners.
We are 3% of the way through this lap, based off quick arithmetic.
Sorry?
3 out of 33.
3% of this lap?
3% of this race.
Hold on. 3 divided by 33 multiplied by 100. 10%.
Never mind. I got my math wrong. Well,
Maths, ladies and gentlemen.
this is why I didn't do it past GCSE.
This is why I'm an engineer.
Anyway, luckily we're following all 13 drivers. They're all within DRS of each other, as it currently stands. So there is very much a whole a whole drivers race train.
Whole field DRS train.
That's the one. Whole field DRS train.
They're in the end.
Yes, we did. You see that very, very nice angle of turn 9.
Is closest car to any other car was Cod Camper about 2/10. He's actually pushing deflated wheel at this point compared to everyone else.
Yeah, of course. Cod Camper will be wanting to make a move. He is currently 2 places behind the driver leading the Drivers' Championship before this race started. I think as maths go, I think the gap closes up by a big amount. Can't remember how much. As Morgan has requested an onboard of Snipes. We will give him his wish. Snipes is not close enough to making the move as of yet, but as Willow stated earlier, he's probably about 3-4 laps around him being able to get close enough to make a move when the crossover period happens. As there is a car round as Chipmunk in the gravel at the Verstappen-Russell corner. That is not
the
what...
first DRS break of this race. But also the train itself hasn't actually broken.
Yeah, and this could be very, very good if people hold position for Chipmunk to find his way back through the field. Of course, he is 3rd in the assist tier Drivers' Championship at the moment. Just behind myself. So you can see how he performs on Sunday in the race. So right now he's got a big task ahead of him to catch up back up to Will in P12, who, after joining back, has stayed in P12.
And you're also looking to catch up to Cal in the lead of the championship.
Yes, that will be already on Sunday for you at 7:30 PM GMT. Yeah. But anyway, back to the action on track at the moment. We got very, very much cars are trying to save time and battery. There is no one really going for moves, but there is a lot of strategic input here about when to go for moves. Of course, if you do want to go for a move through one of the riskier corners, you could very much lose DRS, and this train will not want to be broken. I feel like if there is a break in this train, there will be a lot of frustration. As I say that, Jack is teeter-tottering on the border of DRS to Cod Camper. He's still in it at the moment, but he was teetering just on the second overhead. But it's all still to play for as it currently stands.
Yo. Yeah, as we stated earlier, it's because it's so difficult to pass as well. Unless you just
Yeah,
mechanics in this game, and especially through the final corner in a high-speed corner like that, it's so difficult to follow. I think we could see it a lot on Tuesday. I mean, it's in the best way possible. I can't say I felt it that much.
Yeah,
I probably made it quite boring for everyone. Yes, Dirty Air is a pain in the backside.
Morgan has got 4-1 odds on JohnJohn being the next driver to make an overtake. I will take 2 pence, please.
I thought you were about to say I'll take 2% that cut.
I'll take 2. I'll take 2 pence, so I win 8p. Good evening, Rids. I hope you're very, very well, my friend. How are you doing? I'm doing very well. And technically wrong. The first overtake will be done by Cod Camper. As Deflated Weed comes in, and he looks like he's committing to a 2-stop.
That'll be a 2-stop. That's very early to try and commit to a 1-stop, and that has actually broken the DRS train at the moment. That is between Cod and JohnJohn.
And Jack is
to recover that time. And Jack's also,
as well.
Yeah, I was just English. I was just about to mention. Yes, there's a break between Jack and Cod, but also, like I said, with the following, that will make things a bit easier for Cod to try and reconnect the DRS train, but at the same time, he's going to be pushing on the limit to try and recover. I think he's just about gonna miss out by about a 10th.
Yes, as he's not got DRS on JohnJohn. He's winning it now, so 11 down the straight, but I don't think he'll be looking to make any moves anytime soon. Deflated Wee still catching up as it currently stands, and Rid's saying that he's done 450-mile round trip, and he's only just got home, bless.
That's
I don't know.
Mental. That is Jack who's coming in to respond to Deflated.
Yeah, Jack looking good in qualifying as Chipmunk also pulls into the pit lane. Looks maybe what we saw on Tuesday might be a bit more difficult for these drivers in the realistic cars.
I didn't personally think that a 2-stop was viable, but we'll have to wait and see. Jack goes on to the hards and Chipmunk moves also onto the hards. So Deflated has done something a bit different by moving on to the mediums for the second stint, but we'll see what he's able to do with the fresher tyres.
Yeah. Morgan said, can we bet channel points on who wins? Unfortunately, that is something I do not have access to, because I need access to the Twitch. Oh, it's a car round! That's a Ferrari! That's that guy! That guy is round at turn... I don't know.
9.
But that guy's round, thank you. And that has allowed KMK, Cod, JohnJohn and Padge to go through, so it looks like, to me saying, Padge has gone deep now at turn 10. Oh, there's, as Morgan did say, I told you that JohnJohn first overtake on track. But, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
As I say, it looks like Will might go for a move on that guy now. It is a move for position. Will is up to P8 on his realistic tier debut. We've got 3 cars that have come into the pits. Deflated Wii has gone for another set of mediums, committing to the 2-stop, and Jack and Chipmunk who have pit for the hards. They could make it to the end if they try hard enough. But it'll be very if they willed it into existence, they will make it to the end.
They'll be living on hopes and prayers. We shall see. I think taking hards to the end of the year is going to be an impossible task, to be honest.
Will getting a bit caught up on the exit curb of turn 7.
Am I being stupid? When did Deflated Wee set the last lap?
Literally the last lap.
Right.
It was literally just the last
I've been
one.
missing something while I've been trying to figure out who who goes where on the grid, because I was going to do the math on what the championship would look like. However, we have since had 3 cars come into the pit lane, so I don't think it's worth it to do it right now because the race doesn't have a very clear picture.
We will do it towards the end of the race. Speaking of things that might happen towards the end of the race, this is the first time that realistic tier has been run around Spain. That means whoever gets the fastest lap in both qualifying and the race will have the lap record round here. So that will go to Alessio in qualifying with his lap. Yes. And whoever gets the fastest lap in this race will have the race record round here, which currently goes to Deflated Wee with a
15.3.
I'm trying to find it. I
believe.
never. As that guy gets a 3-second time penalty. The TV crews haven't made this interface very intuitive. There it is. It is a 15.3. So Deflated Wee currently holds the lap record.
My brain was correct. Yippee!
Biggest gainer of this race has been Camper. He's up 5 positions. And your biggest loser so far has been Will, but he unfortunately did have a earlier on disconnection. So
keep in mind as well, though, COD is going to lose a place to Deflated when he eventually comes in, but through the long game in this race, he will probably gain that back. So we shall see how that one plays out. I don't think it's going to be looking very good for Deflated. I think he is trying his science experiment again.
Yeah, it does seem like a experiment. I mean, of course, we do know that tyre wear in these realistic cars are much more difficult to manage than those equal cars. Basically, they take they put a module on the car which is for equal cars, which is what we use on Tuesdays and Sundays. But for Thursdays, they take that module out so the cars remain all their realistic values.
You're creating a lot of lore here.
Yeah. That's part of the fun.
IIRL has lore now, everyone.
We have a pit comer. New name for it. Oh, very drifty.
Sideways in the pit lane.
Has he? They're very close to destroying a wing, but Caden is next into the pit lane.
Unless he was about 10th back from me from there for a second. Didn't quite see how that played out, but Alessio has stuck behind for now. I think he'll be wanting to get a bit of a wriggle on quite soon. And Snipes as well on his older hards, but still fresher than these guys' mediums at this stage in the race.
And somehow Snipes is staying where he is. I think, even though his tyre wear will be better at this point in time, I think maybe Snipes is also struggling himself. As I can tell you from my race on Tuesday that tyre wear does get into the 60s.
Oh, it's worse than that.
Yes. Yeah.
When I came in on my medium stint, even with the VSC, it was 76%. And that was on lap 15?
Morgan saying that was... yeah, I think it was. Morgan saying that pit stop was top 3 of all time. That's not second or third. Captain Ian, aye, as Alessio comes in for his pit stop. Yeah, Alessio coming in, he's responded. Captain Ian saying that he can't wait for the IIRL multiverse. KMK, no!
Speeding.
No, KMK, no.
I do think this is slightly early. I think Alessio should have waited a little bit for on those mediums. I think he would have been able to take those hards to the end. I think now he might struggle a little bit. But we'll see what happens. And he's come out ahead of Caden. And fully ahead, so Caden won't have a chance to attack. Caden does have damage.
Did he get damage? He would have got damage from the pit lane.
I don't know when he picked that up.
Would he have got it from the pit lane when he spun?
I don't know.
He half flipped in the pit lane. He locked up his rears going into the pit lane. He must have got damage.
Did you say his car flipped in the pit lane?
No, he locked his rears and it kind of...
I was gonna say, because I heard his car flipped in the pit lane. I'm like, Sorry, what? I'd hope his car didn't flip in the pit lane. I'd hope he's alright. And if so, how the hell has he got back on track that quickly?
No idea, but JohnJohn responds to Alessio.
So Ethan.
So it's Ethan. Both of them as Ethan.
And Cod stay
That's
out
a little
as well.
wriggle. I mean, Cod has to stay out because JohnJohn is his makeshift teammate for the evening, and they are sharing a pit garage.
So
Always
both
very
Ferraris have
wow.
stayed out.
Yeah, we expected Snipes to stay out, and Snipes takes the lead of the Grand Prix. I think he already did that, to be honest with you. Cod has to stay out because he's makeshift teammate, as we got switches with cars coming out pit lane.
Is just there.
Ethan has just made it out ahead of Alessio, Caden, and Caden getting the jump on JohnJohn as well. But of course, Caden does have damage.
Caden was ahead, but JohnJohn's come out in a net P4 here.
Oh, there's a car on the wall! That is KMK. He's got damage. He hasn't retired. But
that is such poor timing. But
he's got a 10-second time penalty from the pit lane, and he is got damage to his right end plate. His right end plate is gone. It's very unfortunate for KMK. The top four, the net top four in this race, looking for
Cod
an
has
overtake.
responded this lap. Cod's gone into the pit lane, and that guy has followed him in as well.
And deflated wee continues on for now. Of course, he was the first to make a pit stop in this race.
Yes, and on those mediums, he will definitely be needing to make another stop.
And Morgan saying 10 years and Padge will be back for revenge in this exact race after crashing on that
Will
29.
picks up a 3-second
Oh,
penalty.
Will. That's very unfortunate for Will.
Big Sadge.
Yeah, big Sadge for Will, and there's Chipmunk going for a move on Jack.
That guy was running in P5.
And KMK is retired
tires.
in the pit lane, so very unfortunate race from KMK.
That guy was running around about P5, P6, and he's come out in P10. That just shows the power of the undercut in this. Honestly, it is mental.
The undercut in these cars is big. Of course, we do follow the same regulations, but setups work a bit differently.
No, I can't say that on stream. Well, we will get demonetized if I'm not careful.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure. I remember Luke swore on Sunday, so.
Oh, I know, but
I'll try not to remind him of that. As it currently stands, we're still 10 seconds behind.
he is closing
Snipes.
on Snipes, to be fair. Closing around about 3/10 in that lap-ish. Has Caden lost DRS?
He
No,
has.
but he's very close to losing it.
Well, he will.
He's also very close to losing net third place. That's JohnJohn looking to the outside.
There's going to be a move around the outside.
He
Lock up there from
sends it in
Caden.
brakes.
Great move there.
Caden with that wing damage having to give that one up, and JohnJohn will now be pushing up onto the back of Alessio with those like fresher tyres. But
Yeah,
he's
his
in the
championship
Sauber,
rival.
which the Sauber's tyre wear is diabolically bad.
Yeah, it's bad. There's Morgan saying, imagine Wee doesn't
horrible.
pit 99% of his tyres. Unfortunately, he has to pit again because he's double mediumed. So he has to pit for the hards or the softs if he wants to be daredevilish. If he does that, then fair play. Yeah, fair play if Deflated Wee pits for the what are they called? The softs.
What?
Just call it the super softs now. Bring that back. Bring those regulations
super
back.
Softs.
Yeah, super hypers.
I was
the
going to
hard,
say,
the
bring
very
back the
hard.
2018 tyre set.
I love
Hyper
going
soft,
around
ultra
Monaco
soft,
in the
super
hyper.
soft, soft, medium, hard, and believe it or not, ultra hard.
Wasn't it very hard?
No,
Oh, Cod has
That
made a
wa-
move. Oh, Caden getting a
Scott,
bit
that wasn't to
spinny.
do with this.
Oh,
wasn't to do with the
Caden's
tyres.
round! No! Caden!
Sadge,
Our
the
race
mouse
winner
started
from last week.
4 in this race, now down into P11 with wing damage as well. So
Yeah, he got his
very
wing damage
unfortunate.
earlier in the race.
Was
But
running in net P3, so he can take that
yeah,
positive of pace from today. That will mean that there is only one position between Alessio and his title rivals, despite them starting about 6 places apart on the grid.
yeah. Right now it's Alessio in 4th, JohnJohn in P5, and Codcamper in P6.
If things were to end like this, JohnJohn would be on 202 points, Scott Campbell would be on 5, and Alessio would be on 5 back, excuse me, not on 5 points, I'd hope not, after multiple wins this season, and Alessio would be 10 points back from
Yes,
it
would
close up a little bit more.
Exactly. And going into the final 2 rounds of the season after this, it's going to be very crucial.
And
Suzuka, which is a sprint.
My favourite track is a sprint.
Oh,
I can't wait.
Caden has retired in the pit lane, so Caden.
Yeah, that's not really a surprise after the spin and the damage. It just compounds his woes. Very unfortunate, but sometimes that is just racing.
Yeah, Monaco is our next race next week. It is, of course, a mandatory 2-stop. They'll be ending the season in Suzuka with a sprint weekend.
That'll be good fun. Although my sprint weekends this season haven't been impeccable.
Right now, back on the track, Ethan has a 4-second gap to Deflated Wee, who I imagine will be pitting very, very soon.
Within the
Not
next
yet, though.
few, yeah.
Alessio is within 8 tenths, so he does have DRS, and JohnJohn will be looking maybe even to make a move on. Oh yeah, and Ridge reminding us that Monaco will be sponsored by him.
Comes in as well. And Chipmunk and Jack have both bailed off the hards.
Yeah, they're doing a 2-stop, and also Ridge reminding us that Monaco will be sponsored next week by him and Goldilocks.
Do we know what for?
Yeah, Ridge, what are you sponsoring for? Do you know yet? Or
like win, driver of the day,
yeah, you're doing
lap,
yeah, you're doing driver of the day, fastest lap. I mean, it's your choice. Yeah, you got loads of choices. So fastest lap, £20 Amazon voucher for whoever gets the fastest lap.
Ooh.
Is that the biggest reward you've done? As Caden saying, Cod killed him as well.
I think typically it's been around 10 to 15 off the top of my head, having been here since season 5. Yeah, I can't remember a specific time when there's been a £20. Yeah, not including prize pool for championship. It does come in.
Yeah, next week the fastest lap will be sponsored by Rids, and the fastest lap will get a £20 Amazon gift voucher from them. So thank you very much to Rids and Goldilocks for sponsoring.
Cheers, lads.
Caden, oh yeah, we saw that, Caden, yeah, I caught that on the stream. That was not very fun, to say the least. They weren't great. That right now, that Snipes has pitted 2 laps ago. He's currently running P5, just ahead of his makeshift teammate for the night. He's got 2.5 seconds to Codcamper. JohnJohn is still very much on the back of Alessio, who is very, 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 very much on the back of Ethan. So Ethan may be looking like he's struggling it a bit.
So Alessio has the lap holder tyres.
Exactly, so we'll see how this plays out.
We bite him.
It is 12 laps after this race, and of course anything can happen. So
off to go. The stint length is going to be 19 laps, or near enough. That's going to be a struggle. You need to average about just under 4% a lap, just over. That's the fastest lap, not a surprise on those fresh mediums.
Exactly. Deflated Wee, after pitting lap ago, is now in P8. So he's got a lot of gap to gain. He's on the harder compound tyres, so his tyres will be a lot nicer to him towards the end of the race compared to Snipes.
Those mediums are exactly what I think Alessio would want at this stage of the race. Because I think at this stage, Alessio will want to have Snipes overtaking both Cod and JohnJohn. But I think the most likely thing to overtake at this point is Cod, because he is very, very nearly within DRS. While his tyres are still fresh as that is that guy going off in the background as I've switched to Snipes.
Yeah. And so that guy, not that guy. That guy is in the DRS of Snipes, who is in the DRS of Cod. Cod's got 3.2 seconds to JohnJohn, so he's very much looking to catch up to the train. Morgan saying first in the race gets a high five. I'm very happy to give that.
What is Cod going to do here? Is he going to fight the position, or is he going to let Snipes go? I think with the fact that he's turned his battery off, he's going to let Snipes go and hope that Snipes can pull him up to JohnJohn and the others in the rest of that small train.
Caden saying that that there could be some post-race stewards action in the stewards room. Your steward for this week is going to be Corgi, I believe. So it's going to be Corgi, so he will handle the reports, and we will give you the outcome if there are any changes next week in Monaco.
I can't wait for the week that Kento does the stewarding. It'll just be completely random.
Yeah, Kento does the stewarding now.
And although Cod was hoping to, I think, stick within the DRS of Snipes, he's not managed it. The gap is at 1.1, 1.2 now. And Snipes has broken DRS to Cod Camper. That is not what he needs in this race at all.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Cod is now kind of realising that maybe even he's struggling so much that even maybe that guy is going to be a big hindrance to his race, and if he does get a penalty from that, he could lose time to even Will as well, who has made a great clawback to P7 after a disconnect earlier on this race. And Rich saying, don't forget it's also Monaco at night. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten. As customary to a Rids and Goldlock sponsored Monaco race, it is at night. I think all of them bar one have been at night. That
sponsored. That one was season 7?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was season 7.
I believe it was season 7 because it was the last time we ran Monaco.
Was that the last time we ran Monaco? I haven't run Monaco for
season 8. We didn't have it. I don't believe we had it last season. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, we didn't have it last season
because I was only here for half the season.
Yeah, it wasn't. And Morgan's the hairpin just looks so good at night. Yeah, it does. I gotta be honest with you. I love the look of that.
Or just the hairpin, the entire track, to be honest.
Yeah, the entire track as well. But the shots going through the hairpin from the camera angle that my TV crew gives us are absolutely astronomical. Alessio staying behind Ethan for now, back in the on track action. That guy getting past Cod. Yeah, that guy getting past Cod Camper very easily might be added. So that guy looking better. Of course, that guy is in the Ferrari and Cod is in the Sauber.
Sauber.
Yeah, Sauber.
That is becoming Audi in a couple weeks in real life.
Yeah. Of course, when the 2026 cars come out, when we pay for them, we will get them for a certain price that has not been revealed yet. But we will, of course, borrow those cars from them.
We could just be using these for TPC.
What's TPC?
So, I'll probably just give a full detailed explanation. For those who don't know, TPC is testing of previous cars, typically run by teams to get some mule data, to define it that way. It's like a mule car with the specs from cars from, I believe the latest you can do is 2 years prior. that's why you would have seen Kimi Antonelli testing in the 22 Mercedes, the 21 Mercedes off the top of my head.
Morgan in the chat saying 21.
Yeah, so it's either 2 or 3 years, and I can't remember which one. But we can just say, under the supposed law of this, we can just say that this is the testing of previous cars that we're just doing for them. That it's been outsourced to us.
But right now, that top 3 looking very, very yummy, for lack of a better word. Couldn't think of a good word there. Well, that top 3 looking very yummy as Snipes is still looking to claw his way back on the alternate strategy. He's got 1.7 seconds to go to catch up to
certainly closing.
Yeah, he's been closing very suddenly and secretly every lap. JohnJohn is very much on the back of Alessio, looking to make hopefully looking to make a move on his championship rival. He has got the, what's it called? The dog's head? I don't know. I don't know what. He has got the dog. I don't. He's got the lead in the drivers' championship instead of trying to claw up some random phrase that I don't know. He's got the lead in the drivers' championship, so it isn't necessary. Yes, he doesn't have to overtake Alessio, but I don't think JohnJohn will want to sit behind if there's a chance at a race win. He has got 1 lap better tyres than Alessio, and he's got equal lap old tyres as Ethan. Of course, Ethan has. I'm gonna say something as well. I want to commentate as Kirsten. Ethan is yet to win a race in IIRL, so we hope that this is the day. In any tier, so this could be Ethan's very first win.
This is his best chance.
This is his best chance in a good, probably half a season, I'd say, for Ethan to win a race.
I think the last time he was anywhere close was, off the top of my head, season 8 assist tier Monza, off the top of my head.
Yeah, Monza, Abu Dhabi would have been another one.
Yeah, that kind of run of races where he was getting poles and podiums, but not quite getting win. As Snipes has now caught the back of this
DRS,
train.
Yes, Snipes is back in DRS. Morgan giving us a bit of a more lore for the league. Apparently that Chipmunk was seen in a club at 2 AM in Madrid. So maybe he was
Why Chipmunk?
partying. And speaking of the man, he's got past Padge at turn 1. Unfortunately, my TV crew was not quick enough to catch up to it, so they will be getting fired.
Yay!
Maybe that's why. Maybe Chipmunk's been struggling. Maybe he's been a bit too wavy. He's been a bit waved up. Maybe
his drink has been spiked.
Yeah, yeah. And Captain Alien reminding us that Ethan hasn't won that, and how funny that is.
Considering, well, I mean, also because we literally just mentioned it as well.
Exactly, we've got 4 laps left of this race, so he's got to keep it very, very much how it is at the moment. As this top 4, Snipes having a look at JohnJohn, but nothing coming at it, and Alessio doesn't get close enough. No Snipes.
I heard Snacks for a second there. I'm like, what? Snacks is in this race?
Well, I'd hope not. I like the idea of him just jumping in a car and driving out the pit lane for some apparent reason.
I wonder if he did a race here, would be, with no offense intended, right? Would he be in the Red Bull or the McLaren?
I'd stick him in the McLaren or Ferrari just to annoy him, because I know he's a Max fan and he would very much hate it.
100%.
But I'm just cruel like that. So anyway,
that's why you stuck Caden in Haas, wasn't it?
Oh no, I stuck Caden in Haas because he won last week. Speaking of things that might have not worked out in people's favours, though, Deflated Wee's 2-stop strategy has not worked. He is stuck behind Will in the battle for P7. He will get P7 after the race.
To be fair, he has only just caught up to Will in that battle.
Yeah,
he's only been there for about a lap-ish. So he'll try and get the DRS onto this main straight. See what he can do.
They're still not close enough for Alessio yet.
Ah.
Oh, okay. It
So that
doesn't.
solidifies 5th down to 7th.
It doesn't change anything around him as the fact we've now got past.
That will stop him from
Well.
getting ahead of that guy on penalties, though.
Yeah, we'll stop him getting ahead as that guy is on 3 seconds. So that overtake will have to be made for position. As Morgan giving us more law. I love this Morgan guy. He's amazing.
Morgan.
He's saying, the new guy who joined Sunday's race.
No,
he's saying
more.
that he's giving us more. He's giving us more. He's saying that Chipmunk was seen with Toto Wolff coming out of said club, so maybe Chipmunk trying to splice up a move to Mercedes in the near future, maybe even for assist here next season. Maybe he's trying to take Cal and Aiden's seat. And Aiden saying if Ethan wins, that kick-starts the multiverse.
Oh, yes.
I'm seriously gonna have to think about creating a multiverse here, because that'd just be so fun. And it'd be totally unnecessary, right? But
I don't know if you were in. No, you were definitely in VC for this. When Deflated started talking about, first of all, the Titanic and the situations that we'd all be in there, and then he went to start talking about based off of that, like what we'd all be doing.
yeah.
In general, I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I remember. It's just where you'd be
Mm.
when the Titanic crashed.
No.
Don't.
The second one was if I won the title, create a black hole. Because for some reason people don't want me to win a drive championship.
It's not that they don't want you to win a title. It's just weird seeing anyone but JohnJohn win it. To be honest with you.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. Right now it's
so long you just can't bear seeing anything else.
Exactly. It is now the penultimate lap in this Spanish Grand Prix. That guy has caught up to the DRS train, but it might be too little too late for him to do anything. And right now it seems like maybe the only person that could get close to Ethan is going to be Alessio.
Although, we do know that Ethan likes to run some very, very low wings.
Yes.
So we'll have to see what Alessio's able to do on that front. And also, people might be in puncture range from the final lap.
Well, we know that tyre wear is very crucial around here, so how testy is it going to be for people to survive this race?
I was going to mention that earlier, actually. I thought if JohnJohn gets another puncture at 75%,
yeah,
and there's another puncture on the rear left, I think it was. Both times.
Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah, it'd be very.
Which, first of all,
for JohnJohn
is crazy. But second of all, that is so unlikely, and the fact that it's happened on the same tyre before the specified puncture range as well is just it's mental.
Ethan is not going to be close enough for Alessio to grab. So entering the final lap now, it does look to be in all of Ethan's favour. As Morgan saying, if Ethan joins Red Bull and starts Verstappen Dominance, which is one of the multiverses. It's just a multiverse for everyone winning a title. Ethan wins, Alessio wins, JohnJohn wins, Snipes wins. Right now it is going to be Ethan for this race win. Alessio is still 7/10. JohnJohn is closer to Alessio. Is JohnJohn going to look for a move? Little lock up there from JohnJohn. A little bit of smoke coming out. And JohnJohn looking
Alessio
very, very
wants to
close.
win this championship, he can't let JohnJohn pass now.
Is JohnJohn going to attempt anything? He's not even going to look. So I think JohnJohn is just settling for P3. But JohnJohn's looking very, very feisty here. And the yellow flag in the back. That guy is round. I thought that was Snipes. So Cod will gain P5, and JohnJohn is not close enough to Alessio
But
to gain that
that
position, but
is...
that is going to be Ethan's very first win. It has happened. Ethan
He's
wins.
finally broken his duck.
He's broken his curse. Alessio P2, JohnJohn P4. Snipes with a great race on the alternate strategy to P4. Cod Camper will be P5. Deflated We on a 2-stop will be P6. That guy will be P7. Will on realistic tier debut will be P9 because of a penalty. Chipmunk will be P8. Padge will be P10 in a very unfortunate for race. The Snipe saying he had 2 punctures. Wow.
When did he get those?
When did you get those punctures? What laps has Jack will
I can
cross
see
the line?
one.
Yeah.
Oh, eh? The
Yeah,
the punctured tyre shows that it's a hard tyre. But we know he's on mediums. What?
Interesting.
We love Codemasters.
As Ethan is going to celebrate this massively. He's in the pink. He is putting that Welsh flag high. And Ethan will celebrate. It is a 2-week... is a first race win for Ethan. It is 2 race wins in a row for the V-Carb team.
Very true.
So we'll see if that streak can follow suit into Monaco next week. And that
By
is
the
also
way,
Alessio and JohnJohn on the podium win.
Mildly funny, there is no cleanest driver.
There wasn't one on Tuesday either.
That's really weird.
Yeah, Jack saying that he got no warnings on 33 clean laps. And Snip saying that he pitted on the last lap. And Captain saying the multiverse has started. And Red's putting some clapping emojis. But your Spanish Grand Prix race ending: Ethan P1, Alessio P2, JohnJohn P3, Snipes P4, Cod P5, Deflate We P6, that guy P7, Chipmunk P8, Will P9, Padge P10, Jack P11, and your 2 DNFers are Caden and KMK. Oh, Ethan has done it. Ethan has won.
Absolutely buzzing with that.
Yeah, it is going to be absolutely buzzing with that. It was a lovely race to watch, full of loads of strategy options. Loads of...
Some definitely unexpected moves.
It's
in terms of
unexpected
strategy.
moves. It is... We saw Deflate We go for a 2-stop. We saw...
Jack and
Snipes
Chipmunk go for a 2-stop as well,
yeah,
but an alternate 2-stop on the medium hard.
Yeah, Jack and Chipmunk going for alternate. We saw undercuts from the likes of... I think it was JohnJohn, that pit stops from JohnJohn, that guy able to help them propel themselves into the DRS train towards the last couple of laps. Help JohnJohn get a podium from P8, which is definitely a very, very good race from him. Morgan saying he's currently creating a newspaper. And thank you very much, Rids and Jack, for the kind words. Me
We'll
and
have an
Willow...
IIRL newspaper next week.
Yeah, we should make a newspaper. That'd be amazing. That was a lovely race, and the action is only just going to continue more than that, because on Sunday it is back for it's back for Assist here, Spain, which should be hosted by Snacks and Deflated We. Or JohnJohn, depending on who's available, but I believe Snacks will be there. He is a couple of races away from taking the record. I think he's 1, maybe 2 away from taking the record of most streams in the league, which I think he's on 115 at the moment, so he'll take the record of Sun God. And then we will be back next week for Monaco, Tuesday on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. GMT, which will be no assist. And of course, like said earlier by Rids, him and Goldilocks will be sponsoring each race for the Monaco Grand Prix. Rids, if you're still in chat, can you confirm if that 20 quid's for each race or just for one race? I'm pretty sure it's 3. I just wanted confirmation. Of course, we will be running...
quickly before we end the stream.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Tuesday, as mentioned, it'll be me versus John at the moment. I believe Deflated is 50 points back from me. 52. So he is just about in mathematical title contention. That will require quite the amount of chaos between me and JohnJohn for that to happen. The current standings for this in realistic tier: JohnJohn on 208 points, Podcamper on 199, 8 points back, and the Alessio on 197, 2 points behind Cod and 11 points behind JohnJohn.
Yeah, it's big. It's very, very close coming into these last 2 rounds. And also in assist here, there is a 20-point gap between Cal and myself going into the last 3 rounds of the season. So be sure to check out how that checks out on Sunday and going into the future rounds. Of course, like I said, Monaco next week. It will be held at night time and be sponsored by Ritz and Goldilocks. Fast lap for each race will be getting 20 quid. Amazon voucher. So be sure to check in then. But that is going to be it from me and Willow tonight. Would you like to say anything else before the end of the stream? Or
just very, very good race. Congratulations to Ethan. That's a very well played win, and especially makes up for Tuesday as well. So very well done to you there.
Exactly. We hope you have a lovely week, and we will both be back next week, 7:30 p.m. GMT for Monaco. But be sure to tune in on Sunday. That is it from myself.
And that is it from me.
Goodbye.